allocation based. What it means is they invest under, they have a predetermined underlying matrix. They link the allocation to debt and equity based upon those metrics. Let me give you an example of a DSC BlackRock dynamic asset allocation plan. The model which they work upon, the allocation which decides how much goes into equity and debt, depends on the yield gap model. So they take the yield, the earnings yield of the Nifty, and we compare it with the 10-year benchmark yields of the government securities, and based on those metrics, they define how much money gets invested into equity and how much into debt. So in the current scenario where markets look expensive, they would invest more into debt and less into equity, because from the valuation perspective. So a lump sum investor can definitely look at investing into a scheme like this and be comfortable with the thought that he's not investing completely into markets and he's actually moving in and out of equity in case of valuations differ. So I would suggest that he could look to invest into DSC BlackRock dynamic asset allocation plan.
All right, Harshvardhan, thanks much for the advice, and thanks very much also for joining in. There's some important news flow coming in. The Sahara Group has managed to sell an 185-acre land in Gurgaon for about 1,200 odd crores. Remember, the Supreme Court had given the permission to the group to go ahead with the sale of 4 domestic properties, which are likely to fetch about 2,700 odd crores, and all of this cumulative amount that is needed for the release of Subrata Roy to be posted as bail is about 10,000 odd crores. So the first tranche of that, 1,200 odd crores, according to reports, looks to have gone through. But we'll wrap up on halftime report on that note. Business Lunch will take the action forward.